Hi, I want to talk to you today about Islam. If you would please take out a piece of paper and a pen so that you can take down the notes as I go over them. If at any time you need to go back, please go ahead and stop the video and go back and get what you need. So if you're ready, let's go ahead and get started. Islam is the third of the three major monotheistic religions. It is descended from both Judaism and Christianity. People who practice the religion of Islam are known as Muslims, not Islams. The term Islam literally means submission, and Muslim means one who submits. Like many religions, Islam was not immediately accepted by the local population. Muslims believe that Abraham is not only the father of the Jews, but also of Arab Muslims. They trace their descendancy from Abraham's child Ishmael, the child he had with Hagar when he thought he and his wife Sarah could not have children. In 570 Common Era, Muhammad was born in the city of Mecca on the Arabian Peninsula. He grew up and became a very successful businessman, but he still questioned his life and the world around him. In 610, at the age of 40, Muhammad went to a cave outside of Mecca to pray and to meditate. There he received the first of his revelations from God. Muhammad openly taught his revelations in Mecca, but the people of Mecca did not accept him as a religious prophet. Muhammad fled to the neighboring city of Medina in 622. In the city of Medina, people accepted his teachings, and the religion of Islam took root. Muhammad returned to Mecca in 630 with an army, and the Meccans finally submitted to Islam. Muslims are monotheistic and believe there is only one God, Allah. Muhammad is not a god, he is the prophet. In fact, Muslims believe Muhammad is the last in a long line of prophets, beginning with Abraham and including Moses and Jesus. Muslims believe Islam to be the final revelation of Judaism and Christianity. Jews and Christians traditionally have been given special consideration in Muslim communities as people of the book. Muslims follow the 5 pillars as the cornerstone of their religion. The first pillar is faith, or shahada. It is the declaration of their faith in Allah. The second pillar is prayer, or salat. Muslims pray 5 times a day and must face toward Mecca when they do so. Pillar 3 is almsgiving, or zakat, the giving back of alms or charity to the sick and poor. Pillar 4 is a fasting period called Psalm. Muslims fast during the holy month of Ramadan each year. Pillar 5 is a pilgrimage, or Hajj. Each person must make a pilgrimage to the holy city of Mecca at least once in a lifetime. The Quran is the holiest book in Islam. It contains the revelations that Muhammad received from Allah. Because the revelations were received in the language of Arabic, Muslims consider only Arabic copies of the Quran to be official copies. They believe that something is lost when the language is translated. So while English copies of the Quran do exist, they are not considered to be official. The mosque is the Muslim house of worship. A traditional mosque is built with a large open area in which to pray, and is usually topped with a large dome. Generally, mosques have tall, slender towers called minarets on the property. Large mosques may have 4 minarets, one at each point of the compass. Each morning, the call to worship is chanted by the muezzin from atop the minaret. The Kaaba is located inside of the great mosque in Mecca and is considered the most sacred site in Islam. The Kaaba itself is a large granite cube. The Kaaba houses the black stone, a meteorite that fell from heaven to show Adam and Eve where to build an altar for offerings. Abraham later built a Kaaba to house the black stone, and Muhammad rebuilt it. Pilgrims march around it 7 times. Most of the world is comprised of 2 sects of Islam. The first are Sunni Muslims. 85% of the world's Muslims are Sunni. These are considered Orthodox Muslims and follow the example of Muhammad. They do not believe the Caliph needs to be a direct blood descendant of Muhammad, but rather should be chosen based on their character and example. Shia Muslims, or Shiite Muslims, make up 15% of the world's Muslim population. This group believes that the Caliph should be a direct descendant of the Prophet. They also believe the Imams were chosen by God and were perfect examples for Muslims. The 12th Imam disappeared in the 9th century, and Shias believe he will return to judge the faithful at the end of the world. These are just a few things that I would like you to know about Islam before we get too far into our unit of study. So if you missed anything, please go back and get it down on your paper, and if not, have a great day.